Hey everyone, today we're going to be building these two planters right here. And you guys already know that I love finding outrageously priced items online and then making them for what feels like a few pennies. And this project right behind me is no different at all. They're selling these for $150 each. That's crazy. Let's build it for like $4. Not even $4. Let's get into it. I don't even know where I'm walking. All right, we got to go over to the land of measuring, but not for very long. I would give yourself about 36 inches of this 1x6 instead of the 29 inches I gave myself, just to make it easier and safer. And you'll need a little bit of 1x8, but I'm not going to talk about the 1x8 until later, but you need a 7x7 inch square. We're only doing one cut, so nothing to slap and chop. Okay, so I've already got my table saw right here set to a 45-degree bevel, and I have it set to 4 3/4 of an inch, and that should ride right on this line or thereabout. It might be too far, but that's what I did. Hey guys, really quick, if you're enjoying this video, if you can do me a favor, like, subscribe, comment, and hype. It would help me out so much, and I appreciate it. I appreciate you. I always forget about this as a feature, so normally you would set your distance and use a board so that you're not playing around with the blade. But on this, I can just set it to 7 inches where I want it to be, and then loosen my screws. More than safe. We'll do our first cut, essentially lining up right with the blade as close as we can. We are going to be making 4 of these. Now in retrospect, cut the long edge bevel after. It's going to make your miters much more reliable. If you did do it this way, your long bevel should be against your fence pointing downwards. Do one cut on the edge, flip it, slide it up against your fence, and make that cut again. If you didn't do the long edge bevel yet, just cut it on the edge, flip it, slide, and cut again. Orientation won't matter nearly as much. Make sure you use a half fence to avoid kickback. I wasted a lot of material. This is all I have left. So I'm using this scrap piece from leftover, and I'm going to do that same bevel on this on both sides. Now, if you find those cuts to be sketchy, which honestly they made me a little bit uncomfortable, you don't have to do that. Use a longer piece of wood, and it feels much safer than that. Alternatively, using a miter saw, just as valid. I just wanted to try do it on the table saw, and that's the only reason why I am using the table saw. All right, let's continue. Glue and brad nails is what's coming up. So let's get our buddy Brad. We're going to start by assembling this. We're going to do glue just on here, and then we're just going to go pew pew with our buddy Brad. Still haven't found my spatula, like no idea where it is. I do want to say you absolutely do not have to brad nail this. You could just let your glue set. And after you do your first 3, make sure you hit it from the other side, otherwise the boxes do like to fall apart as you're moving them. Attach my glue upside down at an angle like this. Okay, now a little bit about this box or this project as I'm putting it together. I found it on Etsy, priced at $150, which is absolutely insane. I don't know who would ever pay that kind of money for this, but there is apparently people that do. Now we need to grab a scrap piece of 1x8 for this next part. Here's what went wrong, and this is what you can do. When you're using the table saw or miter saw, your miters should be 6.5 inches, not 7 inches. And then your bottom will be 7.25 inch, which will allow you to use a 1x8 to fill in the bottom. 7.75 at the end. I end up using a 2x10, measuring it to a final dimension of 7.75 inch. I use this scrap block to set up my miter gauge. I think using the fence would have been better and overall an easier process than what I did, and safer. Now, if done correctly, you should be able to drop it in, and it should fit more or less like a glove. Next, we are adding our glue and some brad nails to secure the bottom in its place. So if you don't know, coffee grinder, sawdust, glue. If you use brad nails, unless you're going for a very rustic look, you should make sure that you fill the holes because they'll make it look nicer. After adding the glue paste, I waited a few moments and then I sanded it smooth. I then randomly decided I wanted to do this line design on one of them, just to show another idea that you can put into it to make it look a little bit more unique. Don't look too closely at my lines, they are definitely crooked. Then I added some stain. Golden oak is currently the color I'm going with. I'm just enjoying it a lot lately. And then after I added the stain, I used some paper towel, wipe it off, add a bit of spray finish to it with the garage door open. Safety first. Nice. All right, so this is the project we just made, and it was very quick. I'm going away for the weekend, so I don't actually have any time to this post it for sale or do anything like that. So I'm just gonna leave the project here. What would you guys price it as? I'm thinking like 15, 20 bucks each. Isn't too bad of a price. You can fit whole planter pots inside of them. They're gonna be more than sturdy enough. For rating this project, I'm gonna give it a 3.5 because it's a little bit challenging. There's a few sketchy things I found with it. There's different ways to do it, better ways to do it. The small one here that I made with the miter saw was way better, a way better process, much safer feeling than the one I did with the table saw. However, the one with the table saw has better miters. Weird. Thank you all for watching. And as always, I will see you in the next one.